Okay, so we're just starting on github.com here. Show you how to sign up to GitHub and how to connect that to your Lovable account so that you can synchronize code from Lovable into GitHub and then use that code in other places. So GitHub essentially becomes the source of truth for your code. So I'm just going to go through the sign up steps on GitHub there. It's a fairly standard username and password. Once you get through the actual sign up, it sits you on this login page. So you need to sort of type in username and password again to log in once you've finished the sign up. Once you've done that, you should see your GitHub page. Now, at the moment, it says create your first repository, create your first project because you don't have any repositories. It's fine. That's the way that it's sort of supposed to look at this point in time. So if we flick over to Lovable, we should now be able to connect. There's this button in the top right hand corner, sync your project to GitHub, connect to GitHub. Let's connect to GitHub again. There's a couple of authorization steps here. So we're going to authorize the account. And then because you haven't set up an organization in GitHub yet, you need to click this Add Organizations button. If you have an organization already, it won't ask you to do this. Install and authorize. Continue. Connect. Okay, so that's now connected to GitHub. You can see that it's connected as a two-way synchronization. By two-way, it just means that any changes you make in Lovable will show up in GitHub automatically, and the same vice versa. So if we make a change in, let me just show you here, if we were to make a change in GitHub here, we should see the change come through onto Lovable. Go through to the source code, having a look for the let's go to Lovable set. So you can see on the API key, we've got weather dashboard in words there on the API key input form. Find the input form in the code, change the words to change the spelling to dashboard. Then we need to sort of commit the changes in GitHub. Commit again. And then if we switch back to Lovable, we should see automatically in the chat there's an update that comes through there, and Lovable will automatically refresh itself here. There we go. So the weather dashboard has sort of changed to show the new spelling. And just kind of, I don't know, you don't have to change things in GitHub. I just wanted to show that it's a two-way thing. Now that the code is in GitHub, changes from Lovable will always be, every change from Lovable will always be committed to GitHub. And what that does mean once GitHub is the source of truth for your code is that you can use other tools like Bolt, for example, or any tool really to connect to the GitHub repository and make changes any way that you want. So let's have a look at Bolt. If I click at the Bolt here, find that same repository and clone it. Bolt will import the repository. It will install the dependencies and start the application. You can see we've got the same application running here in Bolt. We can make changes in any tool, really. All of the coding tools have access to GitHub. So just to show you that it is a two-way synchronization from here as well, if we were to change the sort of spelling back again, on this form. Change weather dashboard API key with the form. Bolt.new will make that change and automatically save it to GitHub in the same way that Lovable does. You should see the spelling update here. And then because they're both using GitHub to save the code, once it's updated here, yeah, there we go, with the dashboard, we'll be able to flick back to Lovable and see that there's also a change that's automatically being synchronized here. Yeah, there we go, the fix with the dashboard title, it's been changed. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that helps. Talk soon. Bye.